franchise. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies young getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I did. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. And a very appropriate gain as well, 49 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is James McKinnon, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Garoppolo on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Third and short yardage, Cousins. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jeremiah Tauchu able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And taken right on the 30. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers heading out, and if you listen real closely, you can hear it. The buzz right now that is around this 49er team. And look, they finished last year strong. Big reason why Jimmy Garoppolo. So a lot of hope coming into 2018.
And I think you nailed everything that
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake. Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniil Hunter with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Here's Sherrills. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings heading out. We'll have to see what the Falcons do this year, but we do know that the Vikings will not be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium because they had that shot last year, Charles. Came up short in the NFC title game, but this is a club that has retooled to make another run.
Still build defense first in the image of their head coach, Mike Zimmer. And they have all-stars at every level. Start with Linval Joseph at defensive tackle. Move back to Anthony Barr at linebacker. Xavier Rhodes at cornerback. Harrison Smith at safety. They can do it all on defense. But the signing of Kirk Cousins on offense at quarterback signals that this is a Vikings team that wants to open things up a little bit, get a little bit more explosive, and not have to play quite as many grinded-out games as they did in 2017.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
We're going, let's go.
Cook following the penalty. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Yellow.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Okay, we got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. Throwing on 2nd. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. It almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you got to circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Garoppolo. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
To throw, Cousins. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this is... recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape.
Gun.
Second down, Cousins. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Black.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Hurry up.
Here again is McKinnon. And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Get set. Go ahead.
Here's McKinnon. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Get set.
Now they'll throw Garoppolo. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 3. And it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Yellow. Sponge.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins going deep for Diggs. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 68 yards. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Black.
Here's Cousins. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing through the contact, finding room at the 30, and finally down at the 41-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
13, 12, 6.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
13, 12.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now McKinnon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Garoppolo to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And Gold is able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And out now come the Vikings. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Here we go, any energy.
He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 4 now. Here we go.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back him up 5. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while.
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where to waste that. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. What the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Got me back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Private. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our fire offend you. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, he already dead. Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the
Yeah, I'm throw it back. Yeah, I'm born to it's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? It was written in my diary.